I was very relaxed and very happy that I had a nice family in the house. I thought, gee, I'm so lucky. I just struck gold here with these tenants. There was nothing suspicious, no red flags. There were no red flags. There were detectives all around. Hydro was there cutting wires. He took me into the house and I could have died. I couldn't believe what I saw.
Oh, yeah, baby. Mike Holmes. If you're going to do it right the first time. Let's get rid of it. How do you do this to a family? Look at the nest. They got a nest of them. Oh, my God. On the money. 2, 3.
Oh, my God!
Perfect.
Thank you,
You like it?
oh, do I ever?
Normally, I'm used to doing a lot of fixing from bad contractors, guys that don't care, leave the homeowner high and dry. In this case, Lisa actually rented out her home to someone that she thought was good people.
They just seemed like a very hardworking family. And I signed the lease and I kind of just relaxed.
Sounded good, they looked good. They were living here for a couple of years. But they turned the house into a grow house. They were growing more than just flowers.
I got a phone call from my son, and he said they were using the house for a marijuana grow-up. Mike, hi.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
How you doing?
It was like something so surreal. I thought, marijuana grow-up, what does that mean? So I turned to my daughter, I said, well, I guess they probably have a few plants in the house, and what's the big deal?
She actually comes down here. There's police everywhere.
The police actually came into the house. They cut all the marijuana plants and took the plants with them. But all the pots and the paraphernalia, the wiring, the dirt, it's all my responsibility.
So nothing's changed since the last time I've been here? What is this?
Well,
Coming in, what do I see? 5 orders on the door from the government.
Oh, they were fast, weren't they?
Can't go in the house or stay in the house or sleep in the house due to structural issues. Can't go in the house, sleep in the house, stay in the house, no hydro.
I guess they left some behind, eh?
yes.
Wow.
Can't go in the house, stay in the house, sleep in the house because the furnace is not hooked up properly, mean off gases. Everything needs to be fixed.
Chips, wine, crackers.
Yeah, they were celebrating.
They were celebrating. Either that or they had the munchies. All this pop yours?
No, that belonged to them. So the heat made them extremely thirsty.
The heat?
Pop, chips, all kinds of noodles, fast food, all kinds of movies. The TV's still sitting there, so I guess the time that it took to wait for whatever, they were watching TV, drinking pop, and eating chips.
They closed off the fireplace. We have a ventilation from downstairs. These guys are pros, aren't they?
She phones her insurance. Am I insured? No.
They denied the claim, saying that they don't cover anything that's a result of an illegal activity, whether the landlord is aware or not.
Imagine that. You know, insure how many years do we pay insurance? And they go, sorry, we don't cover that. And by the way, you're canceled.
So they gave me 2 weeks' notice to find a new insurance company.
Thank you so much.
I was the victim, and I was being treated like I was the criminal, like I had done something wrong. I just felt so victimized by it.
I punch a big hole in the laundry room to get into the garage. Nice and quiet, right? Come into the vehicle, open the door, go through the wall.
So this was their way in, the little hideaway.
I talked to the neighbor this morning. Had no idea. Nice people living here, never caused an issue, never made any noise. That makes sense to me.
And this was just full of plants, I take it, when the police came in?
You couldn't walk down here for all the pots that were strewn all over the floor.
I've read a lot about it, but never have I ever seen the damage that's left behind.
Look how neat this is. All on timers, everything's scheduled to go on and off when they wanted to. More lines run. Look at this. Oh, they have a sub panel there. Okay.
Electrical nightmare. Foundations drilling in, tapping into electrical. Here's where they tapped in. Look at this. They cored an 8-inch hole. Missed on the first one, came back up, hit the second one. And how did they tap? Oh, they tapped in right there. Are you kidding me? Stories I've heard, they take a jackhammer and break this whole wall, which is why the building inspectors say, they're worried about the integrity of structure. These guys cored a hole and worked on that. I don't believe that. That's just pure raw power. I'm surprised they didn't get killed. Duct lines, 12-inch duct line cut through the floor, into the furnace line, into the attic. Everywhere they could run it other than inside the house is the idea of taking out the smell. All right, they took the back window and vented out the back window. This must have been a fresh air intake. Look at the wood. Look at the mold on the wood. Their carpet obviously has got to go. The carpet's ruined. The floors are ruined. There was so much earth everywhere, and this is supposedly clean compared to when the police were first here.
Now, this room here was being used to grow the seedlings. That's what the police officers told me. And actually, there were seedlings in there. They were sprouting at the time. Yeah.
We do have surface mold on the wall here. That is a definite, just minor. That's minor. I like minor. How come there isn't anything that helps these people? 109 grow houses last year in one police division.
This is the master bedroom.
Oh, this is a little sample of what it was like downstairs.
Oh, downstairs was what you see here, but multiply it by about 5-6 times. These weren't actual adult plants yet.
Okay, they're babies. Holy cow. 109. That means 109 houses with no insurance. 109 houses that need to be fixed electrically, structurally. Mold. That's another one of the stop orders from coming inside the house. Mold. Well, look at the mold on the plastic. You see the mold on the plastic?
Oh, I hadn't noticed it.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, look at that.
Holy cow. Garden hose in the bathroom. Oh, my God. Oh, crap. I think we've got a lot to fix here. They went up through the attic. I guess they wanted to vent. Oh, I do see some mold. Uh-oh. Please tell me there's no more damage. Insurance, hydro, the police. I don't want to blame them. I don't want to say anything, but what the hell? Who's going to step forward and help this lady? That's the question. Who? Okay, you know what? I've seen enough. I'm going to bring the guys in here. First and foremost, we're going to have to contact every one of the people on your door. All the inspectors, all the stop. Do not come across this property. We're going to have to contact everyone. Okay. Let them know we're going to come in. Well, I'm going to have to start bringing in all the guys, put on some gloves, masks, and clean that place out. Starting tomorrow.
Thank you.
A bin goes in your driveway, and this house is mine, okay?
Thank you so much.
I'll bring you back. Once I clean this right out, I'll bring you back.
Thank you.
Okay?
I really appreciate it.
Don't worry.
2 out of every 3 houses that are used as marijuana grow-ops have hydro diversions on them. So that's costing everybody money because the power is essentially stolen from the hydro grid.
I never, ever, ever suspected anything like this. Ever.
Get rid of everything. Let's keep the rubber hose with all the wand adapters. We can give those away because we can see them. Yeah. Okay, so let's jump on that now. Let's get these out of here so we don't wreck them. Let's get the fans out in the garage. Let's get rid of all this garbage. Let's take it out to the garage, go through it. We'll find out what's in the box, what's garbage, what's not. Obviously some sort of feed. Let's get that up there. What about this? All the hoses, I want them all coiled. I need this down. I don't know what the hell that is. More fans. Look at the fans in here. Now, Frank can probably reuse these. It's just air movement. This is an air intake, I believe, but I want to see what's behind this, what they did. Okay. This is quite the intricate setup. The good thing about it is, as bad as it looks, cleaning it and putting it all back together may not be so bad. Tie back in, a proper fitting on the furnace. Set it back up for proper exhaust. Make sure it's well sealed because we are concerned with off gases coming both from the hot water heater and the furnace. Imagine that, eh? Look at the mold. Watch your step. Come look at this. We got some real champions here to know exactly what they're doing. I've never before seen a cord hole. Look how they tied into that. They just tapped right into the line.
Very nice. They left one line damaged. Catch that?
Yes.
The main lines here that are coming in and they're tapped from the hydro outside, that will be fixed from the local utility. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that depending how the bills were set up on this home, if the bills were set up under the homeowner's name, their charge may end up being between $30,000 to $40,000.
What?
I kid you not, for the stolen power.
You're kidding. It's like a fine?
Yeah. It all depends, because someone's gonna have to pay for the power that's been stolen.
This is like a $100,000 repair plus fines of $30,000, $40,000. My God, and that's just the beginning. I haven't even gone through the house yet. I'm really working my way up.
Wish I had better news.
Let's get all of these bales in the back of the truck. We will take it to Reese's store, same as the pots.
Okay.
Lose the line, we can take that out. Let's just work our way out of here. I'm gonna go upstairs and start stripping that room upstairs.
Okay.
So the further we start pulling this out, get the crap out of the kitchen, get crap out. Let's get rid of it. Curious to see what this is all about. Hopefully it's not such a bad repair. This is an industrial exhaust unit. Pretty smart, actually, the way they thought of this. Close off the fireplace, bring up the exhaust line from downstairs to pull the smell out is the idea. Run it into the exhaust, fires it right up the fireplace to the top, and keeps that smell, I guess, of earth, weed, pot, whatever you want to call it, out of the house. This is disgusting. What do I gotta do? I gotta freaking gut this bathroom? Drywall's probably bad. Oh, Jesus. The mold's in behind it. Be a surface mold. We see the mold continue up the back edge. Obviously a lot in the front. Mold spores on the wall behind the baseboard. Again, it's just a surface. Gotta get rid of that. Looks like they got locks on all the windows. Like, who does that? How the hell do you get out in case of a fire? Oh, it's... Oh, my God.
What's wrong?
It's full of mold.
Bad?
Yep. There's a ton of mold on the underside of the sheeting where the shingles are nailed to. Especially around the lower perimeter, like about 6 feet up, right down, right across this way.
Let's keep it good off. You know, we could put this down and people stay over. I like it. Sleep, pull that out. It's better than my apartment.
Man, it just shows how important it is to clean your ductwork.
Yeah.
It shows that the system has never been cleaned. Bring in some duct, guys, clean that out. Think of your lungs. That's what your lungs are gonna look like in this house. It's disgusting. Let's just lose all the trim, start pulling up the floor, start pulling the panel out from the bottom, okay? Go up, take a look, see what you think. Tell me what you think. You'll see the mold.
You can see condensation forms on these nails.
Yeah.
Warm air, cold roof outside. So you see blackening around the nails. I mean, that's not so bad, but you look at the front slope.
I know, it's like
And
black.
it's black. In the winter, this plywood is probably just dripping with moisture.
Just because it's not breathing up
Not
there.
vented, yeah. Not vented sufficiently.
We have 2 vents on this side, none on the front, none on the back, 2 on the inner side. That might indicate why there isn't really any mold on this side. It's on the front, it's on the back.
Much more minimal in terms of what we saw in the attic. The ventilation is the biggest issue.
We got to create more of an
So
intake.
fascia, soffit,
Soffit,
drill
fascia.
It figures. It's just, we're here now and we might as well fix it. What about those shutters? They're just driving me insane.
The shutters, yeah, they're same situation as the rest of the wood on the soffit and fascia. That, you know, they're old wooden shutters. The paint's peeling. It's easier for us to just get rid of them and put on some nice new vinyl stuff. That'll just, you know,
won't
be maintenance
rot.
free.
Maintenance free. All right, let's see if we can't make this maintenance free at this point. Okay. Damon. Lose the toilet.
Okay.
Lose the shower completely.
Tiles, everything.
Got it.
Yeah, right here, everything.
There's no doubt this is completely molded in behind it. We can see how the tile is just deteriorating.
Right.
Lose it. Pull the sink. Pull the cabinet.
Okay. Wow.
Got this whole area.
Okay.
Pull the tub. Pull the toilet. Pull the cabinet.
That would be mold. This bathroom is full of mold. So is the other one. It's an old bathroom that hasn't been taken care of. I wouldn't really attribute that to the grow house, let's say, but lots of mold in these old bathrooms. Other than that, underneath the floor, the tiles, everything looks really good. I don't see any mold on the floor itself, which is a really good sign. We don't really want to replace the floor if we don't have to, so it's okay. We're gonna gut this bathroom and get it mold free. The other bathroom here, as you can see, mold issues here. It looks like basically they had a leak at some point. I mean, it's really centered from the plumbing where it connects here down. So we're gonna gut this bathroom and get this one back.
Uh-oh. I broke the wood.
I just went to go hit the tile and the whole piece fell apart, so imagine in a couple of years what the bathroom would have looked like.
Look at how rotten this shower stall is. Not only all the wood rot all the way down inside the wall, we can tell that it penetrated, obviously, the tile. You know, you saw Adam there banging on the ceramic and it just falling off the wall. But this is just completely rotten. Break around the drain so we can, you don't want to pull the drain up through the floor, right? Lose the light, lose the fan, find out where the fan is going, move all the insulation, get it all out of the way, and drop everything to this point here.
Okay, let me work on this for a
This
bit.
is almost worse than a customer being ripped off by a contractor, honestly, because there's so much more involved in this and so much outside money. You know, imagine if the hydro was in her name. Can you, 50 grand.
It wasn't in her name?
No,
Just left it.
and she has no idea.
Oh my God.
Just a complete fluke. Frank,
Yeah.
the electrician, he's on the phone going, what? I rented out my place and it's in my name.
Oh, is that right?
That's it. He went home and took it right out of his name. He
Is
said,
that
you
right?
got to have your own. Yeah, he's panicking.
Yeah.
Because if that ever happens,
No kidding.
that's huge money. 100% clean.
Okay.
We'll get ready to put it all back together again.
Got it.
Oh, boy.
Generally, when we do grow-ups, we do a full assessment of the whole house. Air sampling we do at the beginning before we disturb any materials within the home, just to see what the air quality is like. And then we proceed to do an intrusive investigation where we cut a number of holes in the wall cavities and ceilings to determine the extent of mold growth within the house. I take it back to the laboratory and they will analyze it under the microscope. And they will generate a report and then we can interpret the findings.
Pension has given us our scope of work, what they want us to do.
You're going to open up certain areas just to
We're
see if
gonna
there's
open-
mold?
Exactly.
Okay, now what about the asbestos? Look, this is the first time I've ever heard of this. How dangerous is that?
It's, once it gets airborne, it's quite dangerous.
Environmental language is very confusing. A level 3 mold is not good, it's the worst. A type 2 asbestos is about mid-grade. No matter how you slice it, you need the pros that are licensed to come in and remove it. Okay, I knew there was going to be electrical problems. I knew there was going to be structural problems. It is a grow-up. I knew there was going to be mold. What I didn't expect was the asbestos. Think about it. 1965 to 1985, there's a 1-to-5 ratio of asbestos in the plaster. All of a sudden, I never heard of this. I mean, I learn something new every day. Well, what does that mean? They got to close the house up for 2 weeks, come in with suits, clear it out, so now we can come in safely and continue the work. Looks like you were tenting this whole place up. Is that what you're doing?
We're pretty much sealing everything up.
Pretty much everything, all the walls. I guess the idea is
All the walls that aren't coming out.
that aren't coming out.
That aren't coming out.
You're going to open up certain areas just to see if there's mold?
Exactly.
Okay, now what about the asbestos? Look, this is the first time I've ever heard of this.
It's in the compound itself, so that's why we're trading it as a type 2 and as a mold level 3.
So level 3 and
Level
type
3
2?
and type 2.
What's the difference?
A level is for mold, level 1, 2, and 3 is for mold. A type is type 1, 2, and 3 is asbestos.
And why have you split this midway?
4 feet. We gotta go 4 feet high to take over the drywall.
You're going to damage this place, aren't you? I'm just freaked about the asbestos thing, you know? The mold, I know. I know it's just a crap thing and it's going to be a pain in the butt for both of us.
The asbestos is just a carry-through of everything.
Since we're opening it, we're being careful with the asbestos
Exactly.
in the plaster. Now I got you. How do we plan on doing this? Because this was my concern. I thought I was going to have to come in and just rip the whole roof off the house.
Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove all the insulation, all the drywall from the upper floor. And take everything down. They're coming in with dry ice machines
Okay.
to blast all that off, all the wood up there.
Let's start with the bad news first. Through bringing in the environmental guys, they've determined there's enough mold in the house to bring this to a level 3. And then we also found out that there is asbestos in the plaster, which would be considered a type 2. This will be the shower station, which they consider this the clean room. As they work through, the idea is what they have to do is clean themselves from getting asbestos. If anything, if they have asbestos on them, they'll wash it off. They go through a 2-stage system, not only for themselves, but also bringing the garbage out the door. There's going to be clean air units all over the house, and the idea is as they're working, it will pick up all the contaminants that are in the air, filter it, and then shoot the air out, creating a negative air system. We know all the ceilings are coming down.
They are?
I'll show you, every single one of them on the second floor. They will be cutting a 4-foot path on every exterior wall because we have found mold beneath some of the windows. You think that the mold from the grow-op was the worry. Actually, it was worse than that because the existing mold in the house far exceeded what the grow-op did.
There was existing mold?
Huge. So much was mold was in behind the shower stall. We've done a lot of cleaning. Still, the other guys will come in and clean the rest. You see some signs of it here on the wood, but it was within the drywall. See that mold?
Yes.
That is everywhere in your attic.
I had no clue that there was existing mold. That was just something that I never, ever, ever expected. And I never realized that there was asbestos in the house.
Now we've got 2-in-1, not just the mold. Because they're pulling down drywall, and even we didn't know when we were pulling out the drywall, it was a good thing we were wearing our masks at the time. Now we do know we're gonna have to pull down a whole lot of drywall to see if there's any more mold in this house, because we know there's enough mold in here that it's really bad.
Well, it really scares me to think that there's so much existing mold in the house without any other problem. And I'm thinking about the house that I'm living in now, and I'm wondering whether there's mold there and whether I'm really safe in the house. It's frightening.
It'll all be removed. They'll clean up all the attic, which means we're gonna be damn near drywalling your whole house, okay? Redoing it, obviously all new trim, everything, new insulation in the attic. So there comes the good news, and that is the good news is that we're gonna take care of all of this.
I just feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. It was like a weight that I didn't think I'd be able to carry, and I just feel like someone up there is watching over me.
Right from mold, pretty well throughout the house. I expected a little worse, but how much mold is bad? This is bad. Electrical nightmare. There's wires everywhere, duct lines, 12-inch duct line cut through the floor, into the furnace line, into the attic. I punch a big hole in the laundry room to get into the garage, nice and quiet, right? We're talking $60,000 to $100,000 with damage even before we do anything. That I can clearly see.
Last year in 2005, police investigated and dismantled 346 grow-ops. So it's almost essentially one a day. An interesting point is that approximately half a liter of water per day is put into the air per marijuana plant. So that obviously causes huge structural issues and mold issues because it's an excellent growing environment for mold. And in this particular case, there was over 500 plants involved here, times half a liter. There was a lot of water in the air.
Well, the technology's been around for quite a long time. I had a client who said that they used dry ice blasting to clean the wing mold on the Avro Arrow. But in its current incarnation, it took shape down at Lockheed when they needed a way of cleaning out the tank of the space shuttle because they were going to reuse it. Basically, it's like sandblasting. You propel a granule at high pressure air against a surface to clean it. The difference between dry ice and sand or dry ice and water is that dry ice sublimates on contact. And because it's completely dry, we don't have to mask up electrical or anything like that. We actually clean pad-mounted switchgear with dry ice up to 27,000 volt live. When we're working with wood, we will be taking a small amount of wood off the surface, but that's desirable for mold because the mold is grown into the wood. The success rate is remarkable. We can do in 1 hour, one man working with a dry ice machine can do in 1 hour what a man would normally do by hand in 5 or 6 hours. And all that you will see when you're finished is just a light sprinkling of sawdust on the floor, which then the Alliance group will then come and HEPA vac and remove that from the premises.
Damn near gutted everything.
Yeah.
The mold's gone.
Wow. A lot. They took out all the insulation too.
That would explain why it's slightly cool in here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get it all out. Let's get the insulation in the house, the vapor barrier, and I will speak to Frank to see whether or not he's gonna wire this place. Now, looking through this place, I'm thinking, do we really gotta rewire the whole house? I did see some copper in here, so we have half and half, don't we?
Yes, there is a mixture in here. But we have enough open. It doesn't make sense not to rewire it at this point. We can run the arc pulse and do this properly and get rid of the aluminum. We're here.
Okay, rewire it.
Okay. And all the outside walls, there's no poly. We're gonna put poly on all the boxes. Give me a few 1104s, because on some of the walls, they don't have plugs where they should. So I'll spread them, you guys start putting them out. We're gonna end up getting all the aluminum out, and we're gonna replace all with copper lines throughout the home. Adding receptacles where they should be. On the outside walls, there wasn't any. We're adding vapor barrier. For some reason, there wasn't any vapor barrier around the outside boxes. So we're gonna make sure that the vapor barrier's there and get it all done properly.
Hydro's losing a ton of money due to grow-ups.
A lot, and we have no real way of knowing exactly how much because there's so many out there that we don't know because of this situation that we've got right here there's no way to detect it.
In this case, we saw 7 60-amp breakers on a 200-amp panel. That would be a lot of power they'd be using, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they could be using anywhere from 100 kilowatt hours a day to 700 kilowatt hours a day in a place like this. Normal home uses 45 units like this area.
Wow, I had no idea it was this bad. No idea at all. We're this close to building a new house.
Side structure? Yeah.
I know. New cabinets, practically a new home. Sometimes it's easier just to take a wrecking ball and take the house down. As usual, got a ton of people in here today trying to get some tiling happening. Obviously, we're gonna give them a new kitchen, so we'll get down the new subfloor, tongue and groove, 5/8, 3-inch screws right on the floor joists, 2-inch screws, 4-inch on center. Beyond that, that way we grab it nice and tight down. We're gonna thin set down the Ditra and get the tiles hopefully started today. Get this freaking job done and give it back. I swear we've been here, I don't know, 2-3 months already. It's just a huge, huge job. But it's what we do. It's looking good. So 5/8 on all 24-inch center, 1/2 inch on 16-inch center, right? Okay. So we're using 5/8. 2 screws in each spot. We're 24-inch on center. We're 5/8 drywall. Instead of 1 screw per 8 inches, we want 2 screws. Make it stronger.
We try and use cement pours whenever we can. I mean, it's just an extra preventative measure for water. So we use it on the walls, we use it on the floor. We are also going to use Ditra. I mean, we always go above and beyond. So you have your thin set, your cement board, thin set, Ditra, thin set, tiles. See if water's going to get through that. I doubt it.
One thing the other contractors didn't do, and it's a well-built house, and looking at when it was built, my guess, 40 years ago, they didn't have vapor barrier on the top plates. So when you do vapor barrier here and you do vapor barrier here, this studding point here has no vapor barrier. So I've had them go up in the attic. We see Pinky right there, Carlito's right here. They're going to jump over top of the rafters and they're going to tie vapor barrier to vapor barrier, so we have that continuous blanket. We'll get Alex to do the blown-in installation up there, make sure we have at least 12 inches, and don't fall through, eh?
What I'm going to lay out here is a diagonal brick pattern. Since the room is 1 inch out of square in the total distance, we can make the cuts adjust to the walls as we go. And with this pattern, you won't be able to see it as much as if you tried to do any straight lines.
That's really smart, actually.
We got the drain, we got the overflow all hooked up. When you install the tub, you roughen your drain. However, during the final assembly of the bathtub, there might be slight movement or shifting of the tub, final adjustments, which may not perfectly align with the drain. So what happens is with the overflow assembly and that flexible connection, it actually allows us to make the final adjustment without redoing the drain. So we'll fill up the tub with water to get some weight on it, and then we'll spray foam it underneath. We got no leaks. Just testing the overflow right now, and everything is bone dry, so that's a good sign.
When they did this opening, they just cut it squared open, and when I put the blocks back, I have to put in full blocks. I'm gonna add brick ties to the sides and then start laying block. I'm trying to get the blocks as level as I can, but the original wall in the house is off by about 2 inches from top to bottom. So I'm gonna try and put these ones in as level as I can to try and blend in with the original build. And what I'm doing is putting pieces of rebar in and then filling these with cement too so that it ties into here. Anytime you're doing new structure into old structure, you always have to tie it in.
We are doing the fast food restaurant again today. I'm gonna be in the kitchen, we're gonna be throughout the place, and if you wanna just walk through where to start, obviously most of the home's being done. All we're leaving is carpet for the hallway and the stairs. Because of all the spindles tying into the floor here, I said, you know what, just carpet the hallway, carpet the stairs, and then we'll do a transition from the doors.
The transition pieces are quite bulky at the doorways, and a lot of times we get grief from that. So going throughout the hallway, and also you have the floor going from one side of the house to the other, looks much cleaner.
You don't mind removing these?
You know I don't.
You don't mind? I was thinking this for you because I know you got a whole house to do here.
No.
You don't mind?
I like doing the job properly, you know me. In for a penny, in for a pound.
It's up to you. I appreciate it. Thank you. How we doing, guys? Great. I love the black.
You like it?
I love the black.
Nice.
I didn't think we should do it, but you know what? Looking at it now, ooh.
It's a nice contrast. Eh?
Yes.
It's very sharp.
Nice, nice. This is gonna be a long day, Adam. Oh, yeah. I did a dummy thing. I touched the rail.
You're not the first.
No, I mean, I touched it to see if it was wet.
Oh, yeah.
It's right here. There's a few fingerprints there. All the doors have been sprayed. They'll go on today. Obviously, we want those last. How we doing, people?
Good, man. Just doing touch-ups.
We cleaning?
Yeah.
He's gonna hit the ceiling again in here?
Yeah, he does. We had to do a couple of skims in here.
Standard this?
Standard these yesterday.
Oh, man.
Yeah, did you see what he did over here by the fridge? He just returned it here, which is great. And unfortunately, we had to bring
No way.
Yeah. Just did a really nice job here.
That is gorgeous.
Is it ever? So the only other issue, Holmes.
I'll do the caulking.
Okay. You knew what I was gonna say, didn't
Let
you?
me do the caulking.
Okay.
I like the black. I have to admit, it works. Now, especially now that we see the black shutter up there.
It'll bring it all out.
Black caps, we go over the screws.
Yep.
Beauty. How long are you going to take today?
We're on the home stretch. It's just a little bit to the side, balance in the front, and then we're going to put on the smart screen.
The smart screen. This is going to help with snow,
leaves,
ice buildup, and especially leaves.
Yeah.
Now, smart screen is an understatement here. I like the way you've recessed it. You're just going to screw it in on the front and on the back. And what that's going to do, not only stop the leaves from coming in, but ice buildup.
Snow and ice, it'll make it where it can withstand at least 40 pounds of weight per linear foot.
I like this.
And the other best thing about this is it's invisible.
Well, did you see the crap we pulled out of the other eaves troughs? If that's not an example on why you should do this, I don't know what is. We're gonna clean all the ducts in the house. And it's a wise idea with all the takedown, the asbestos, the mold, us. Let's keep it clean.
First, what the guy's gonna take his toolbox, go to down to furnace room. He's gonna cut an access door in a ductwork. He's gonna put his hoses in a basement, hook up the vacuum hoses in a ductwork, put the house in negative pressure. Then he's going to pre-vacuum all the vents throughout the house.
Beautiful.
Once you have the house in negative pressure, you start blowing all the vents to the main duct
Does that mean you need the windows and doors closed?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. First estimate, the job, I figured a month, max 6 weeks. And then we sort of opened up a massive can of worms, which is like a lot of the jobs that I work on. By doing that, I have two choices. Fix it or walk away. I'm not gonna walk away. We gotta fix it.
This is crazy.
Each and every day I fix a job, make a homeowner happy, and I learn something new. And I'll think about how many bathrooms, kitchens, additions, houses I've actually built. I honestly forget. But it reminds me when I step into something that's different. And that's what I stepped into, something that was different. I think I've been keeping her long enough. 9:30, what do you think? Mold, asbestos, the teams, the environmental, not to mention construction. Sorry, it takes what it takes. Nice to see you again.
So nice to see you.
Want to see your finished house?
I'm dying to see it.
The house of all houses right now? Come on in. It is yours anyways. Well, it's the start of something new.
It's unbelievable.
Now, you remember the last time you were here, it was a tent.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
And it was a nightmare. Okay, well, it continued. And obviously, we had to do a lot of work. All new doors, all new handles, all new trim throughout your whole house. Anytime you step into something like that, it is honestly a can of worms. And it's a big can of worms, because the more you open, the more you have to fix. And, you know, what do? Do we just turn a blind eye? No, we can't.
I love the flooring, and I love the color on the wall.
It is an exotic wood. I really, really like it. It's an engineered wood, so we got some of the best guys installing it, never mind supplying it. All new electrical, new panel, fixing the plumbing, pulling out rotten studs, pulling out all the mold that was involved with this, gutting 3 bathrooms, gutting the kitchen, gutting half the house. Today alone, I think we had 30 different people in here, so it's been one of those days. Come on. No wonder it took us so long. It wasn't an easy job. I love a challenge. It was a challenge. It was all...
Hole. Thank God.
Oh, there's no holes. No, we fixed the holes.
No holes. Oh, this is amazing.
It makes a difference when you pull all the crap out and go new.
Oh, wow. Is this granite?
It looks like granite, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Is it?
It's laminate.
Very nice. I'm just overwhelmed by everything that's been done in this house. It's just so much more than I expected. I thought that Mike would come in and basically fix up the holes and clean up the mold and do the essentials.
Now this is where they did all the exotic wood floor. Took apart all your rails, put them all back in again so we did a proper bullnose. You like the black? That's nice, eh?
Looks very nice.
Yeah, another bathroom.
Wow, look at this. Oh, this is great. Did you pick the tiles?
I picked everything.
Oh, they're lovely.
I kind of like this. I hope you like the mirror. Something very simple.
I do, and I love these
the cabinets
units at the side. Yeah.
It works. All right, I'm getting paid early. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Look at the walk-in closet.
Oh, it's just a little bit of added touch here.
Oh, this is wonderful.
I think you can fit everything you need to fit in here. What do you think?
I'm gonna have to go shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my shower, look at this. It's so spacious. You took away those awful doors.
Well, there was enough mold in here. We have all the proper, this is Panasonic fans, and I'm telling you, this stuff, thoroughly insulated duct lines throughout the roof line, and you're not gonna have an issue of pulling everything out.
And I love the cabinetry as well. Like the simple lines, it's just sleek and simple and elegant looking.
Now, I know you wanted a new kitchen.
I did.
So I redesigned it.
Wow.
Oh, and got you a fridge and stove and dishwasher.
Oh my God.
Now this is granite.
Oh wow. And you know what? I love the color. I love this color. I love this kitchen. I love this kitchen. I love the granite countertops. the appliances. I love the tiles. I don't know, there's no favorite part. There's so many parts that I just am crazy about.
Are you happy?
So happy. I don't know, happy is not the word. I'm just overwhelmed.
In the end, it's beautiful. We did everything, and we did what we were supposed to do. It's a scary thought that when you buy a house as an investment to rent it out, you're looking to make some money. It's a smart move. Real estate you can't lose, right? Or can you? You rent it out to someone that turns it into a grow-op, you can lose a lot more money than you would ever expect.
I love it. I love what you've done, and I'm just going to love living here. I was just so fortunate to be able to get a hold of Mike, and his compassion is something that I'll never forget, because he could have very easily turned me away and treated me the way the insurance company did and the police department did, where it's like, well, it's your problem, you take care of it yourself. But his heart went out, and I'll never forget him for that.
Am I blushing? Let me tell you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much.
In Italian, there's an expression that God closes a door and opens a window, and I think in my case, he opened 2 or 3 windows.
One guy to hang a fixture, one guy to fix the, I don't know.
Who would he be? Bud, the pot-smoking pig. I think he will love this.
How's it jumping?
Works really quickly.
Yeah.
Are you filming?
Go ahead.
Damon did mention that usually weekend work is for mistakes.
That's how I was taught. I used to have to come in on weekends and do it free.
Actually, that's not a bad lesson.
Elbin, mate.
She likes
I know, but
That's it. She doesn't like stinky pinky.
Yeah.